And we're back. This is part 2 of the Sunday night stream on January 2nd, 2022. So it's 1/2/22, right? I'm looking forward to February 22nd, 2002, which is, I believe, a Tuesday, because it's going to be 2 Tuesday. You guys know about that, right? Anyway, so this is a chill and chat. We're going to be talking about Arcade1up, the best deals that you've ever gotten. And maybe you got the deal from my new website, deals.consulkits.com, that I'm currently working on. It's in beta, and you're going to help out. You're going to help out make that thing amazing, because we're going to get a ton of deals in 2022. They have a flood of 15 to 20 new Arcade1up cabinets coming out in 2022. Do you know what that means? That means the 2021 versions are going to be... Do you still see them online available? I think they still have some in stock. So I think we'll be able to pick up some of these other versions. There's a couple cabs that I wouldn't mind getting. I have some Gen 1s that I'd like, hey, if I could get a $100 deal on maybe like the Street Fighter 2 Legacy Edition, I'll have 3 Street Fighters. That's fine. I'll supplant my Gen 1 version. Anyway, so let's do Akuma Rev. He says, I wanted a hot or not style website for the cabs, my man. Swipe left if the marquee is washed out. Swipe right if you're going home with you tonight. Well, that's kind of a cool idea. It's like a rating system on everything. So we're going to do a couple voicemails on some of the best deals that other people have picked up. And let me talk about the deals that I got real quick. Let's see. So the Asteroid. The Asteroid is, I got that one for $75. And I modded that like literally what we call the ETA Prime mod. I wanted to know exactly what it was like for someone to buy an Arcade1up and then mod it specifically to the infamous over 1 million view video of ETA Prime with his exact setup. And I didn't really like it. Anyway, but I did it on a $75 Asteroids. The second one that I got was a Space Invaders. $50 or $75? I can't remember. But I saw it at first for like $80. And I was like, no. And then it went lower. So it must have been like $50. Space Invaders, still in box. Still in box. Okay, let's see. And so what I want to hear from you in the chat is what was the best deal. I've got a couple people calling in. If you want to call in now, the number is pinned in the live chat, 515-661-4305. And that's right, I did memorize my call-in number, which is weird because it's not my cell phone. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so here is our first caller. Here we go.
Hey, Justin, it's Michael Paxson. How you doing?
Oh, Michael of all trades.
I wish you and your family Happy New Year and Happy Holidays, all that. You know what I'm saying? Best deal. By far, iArcade.
iArcade's his best deal.
They had some year. I mean, ain't no games right now, but I'm thinking, in the future, online.
That's Zohar. Skipping past that one, okay.
Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brian Stratton here. You're
Brian
Stratton.
Bachelor.
Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share this Justin Console Kits video that you are currently watching. Make sure to be proactive in the comments below.
I should have known.
Buy some merch.
I should have known.
Do a super chat. Be proactive.
Look at this guy.
Later.
Now, here's what's funny. A lot of you probably think that I screened these and knew that was coming. I don't screen it anymore. It's my new thing. I'm not screening. Their one exception was Zohar literally messaged me and was like, I did 4 messages, only play the last one. So then I was like, okay, let's see. And it's this whole moat joke or whatever. So here we go. CT Jason. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Console Kits? It's me, CT Jason.
Oh, so CT Jason has a review on the X-Men cabinet. It's so good. His content is really, really good. I really enjoy it.
I'm going to try to keep it a little clean this time.
Dude, thank you so much for keeping it clean. I appreciate it. Which is probably a really hard thing for you to do.
So, to answer your question about which deals and savings that I saved, let me see. Best savings I had thus far on the Arcade1up will be the Simpsons cab. I saved the grand total of $170.
What?
Now, If I'd have lived in other places, I could have saved over $400 some, but I ain't that lucky.
Oh,
but anyways,
you mentioned
that's
that.
the best savings I had. If I could save $1 at any place, I'm on it. All right, Council Kids, you have a good day. I'll see you later.
You know what I love about CT Jason? Always, every single time he's talking, there's this commentary that he makes about, life almost in general. He's always like, and that's okay. He's like, I know he's saying what happened, and then he describes how it could have been better, but then there's this resolve of like, but that's okay. And he even said it in the call-in. He's like, even if I save $1, if I can save $1, that's a good day. We should all be more like CT Jason, right? Like, that guy is a very, glass half full type of guy, right? Anyway, love it. And I think he mentioned that on his Simpsons review video. He kind of talks about how he saved some money at a couple different stores, and then he shows there was yet another store that actually had another one. So here is another call-in.
Hey, Justin, JJ down here
JJ.
in Texas. Long-time caller, long-time listener. You asked about best deals on Arcade1up cabs. I got a Rampage cab from Walmart for $200, a Golden Tee from Best Buy for $300.
Oh, $300 for a Golden Tee. I'm not, they sound like I'm hating that. I would have picked that up. Golden Tee for $300. Totally would have picked that up.
A Galaga Countercade for $100.
Yeah, that's a good deal. $100 for a Galaga Countercade, yeah.
And a Ms. Pac-Man Countercade, I think I paid like $125 for that.
That's not bad.
And then I also got a control panel and screen with PCB for Space Invaders for $50. And so I can play Space Invaders on it, but I don't have an actual physical cab to place the screen and control panel in. Anyways, so those are some of the deals I found. On the flip side, I paid $700 for my Tron, and thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with it.
All right. So thank you, JJ, for calling in. So I think he was also saying that I think JJ was saying he also got an AtGames Legends Pro Gamer for $100, if I remember reading a comment he said. And then, so these are good deals, and we got some in the chat. Let's take a look at it. This is one of the best. Zero Hero paid $50 for the Star Wars, March middle in 2003 hours and a rainstorm, buddy. Got it. It almost like getting the deal for that price is probably got to be half of the pride related to that cabinet. Also, it's such a good cabinet, right? Like, I think Star Wars Arcade1up is one of the best ones they've ever done. It's an example of them really pushing the envelope, and I'm really hoping 2022 we will see them push the envelope even more, because then in 2023 I'll use my new deals website to be able to find the 2022 deals at a less expensive price. Now, a lot of people probably think that I have bought a lot of these cabinets at full price, but I haven't. Like, and maybe even some people think that I got them for free because I've been on videos with John D, but I've never received anything for free from Arcade1up. And so, but what I did get, even early on, my very, very first taste of Arcade1up was getting the Street Fighter for $225. And it was a part of the deal that really pulled me in, because I've been a deal seeker for a really long time. A good buddy of mine, Jamie, we've been friends for over 10 years, both software developers in the television industry, and we always wanted to do this side project about building a deals website. And he pushed me hard. He said, do it in the arcade community. And I did that a couple years ago. And it was a sad day when Jamie was like, you had to take the site down, but you were going to grow it and make it bigger, make it about other gaming products as well. And I was just like, I don't have the time. But I'm going to push myself. I'm going to push myself. So I really appreciate I want to use the tool for myself as well, though, because I have more space and I love this hobby, and I want to buy some more cabinets at a discounted price. So Had a bachelor with a $5 super chat. Really appreciate the donation. He says, way to work the algorithm. Subscribe, folks, and thumbs up. Hit the bell, grab a membership and some merch. Boy, this guy really loves plugging my channel. Appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, I've been playing around with different things, with making content that's short, making it long, you know, trying to figure out the whole system. Let's take a look at some other deals that people got. Let's see. Time to okay. These are comments related to. Okay, there we go. Biggie with a Final Fight $75. So Final Fight is a cab that I bought. I think I paid $300. That was a full price cabinet. I want to say, unless I paid $250. No, I think it was $300. And that was an interesting cabinet for me. Final Fight. Like, I had forgotten the game Final Fight. You're probably like, oh, how can you forget the game Final Fight? But it was a game that I definitely played on the Super Nintendo. And then I recalled later playing it in the arcade. But I just kind of forgot. My memory is not good that way. Like, there's certain things that maybe you're like that, where there's certain things that I just remember. I think about them a lot, so I just remember. But like light switches in the house, like I don't know which button to press. Like literally when we bought this new house, that my daughter put stickers on every light. Like the light switch is still, there's Post-it notes on every single light, so Dad can remember, right? So maybe I got some mental disorder there. I think I do actually. But then there's other things related to software development and code that's just like baked in my head, like the superpower memory or whatever. Anyway, sorry. Final Fight. When I started reviewing the content about Final Fight, it just all came back to me. Just this rush of nostalgia and remembering exactly where I was when I played Final Fight in the arcade. And then it was like a part of, you know, this arcade gaming history. Like I had to get it. I had to buy it. So I bought it. But I didn't get it for $75. That would have been really good. That would have been really good. Well, there you go. Dawn of Time, he had to scoop about 50 litter boxes. So there's that. Let's see. I got the Asteroids Arcade1up for like $70 from Target. TMNT from Walmart for $249. I got the Street Fighter cabinet free. What? How did you get the cabinet for free? J2CC4, how do you get a Street Fighter cabinet for free? What? I don't get that one. Okay, so Chris got a couple of the deals of the $75 cabinets when he first moved up this way. The ETA Prime hands. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I remember when people were getting the Space Invaders for $1. $1. And now it's funny. I saw this post. Did you guys see this post on Facebook? There's this lady. She's from the UK. And she just really wants the Space Invaders. But they're just not available at all. You cannot find Space Invaders anymore, especially in the UK. They did a very small amount in the UK. I remember hearing that Space Invaders only came out because of UK. Because there was someone in the UK that requested it. And so they built it for her, basically. Someone famous. Not the lady that wants it, but anyway. It was so cool to see the community respond. They're like, I have one. Like, cover shipping, or let's talk, you know. Someone even posted, I was immediately like, I have one in box. And then I saw she was in the UK, and I'm like, well, I was going to ask her, like, are you in Kansas or something, or Oklahoma, or nearby in the Midwest? Maybe we could, you know, meet up. Anyway. Yeah, see, so Jason, he did the ETA Prime mod, but a friend laser cut the J panel speaker with start button. That's really cool. Let's see. We're looking for more. Adam, he says, I found a Space Invaders locally for $1 at Walmart. The original console kits deal site. Drove to the store and ended up not buying it because I had nowhere to put it. Well, there you go. Fist of Love said he got the Asteroids for $75, immediately modded it with a Pandora's box, then converted it to a Space Invaders, then to an MK, then to a Switch Intech Gaming. That's really cool. Yeah, the Intech Gaming, it's turning out to be a pretty cool product. I did a video recently on it on the NES version. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out. The NES version of the Intech Gaming allows you to play original Nintendo carts on it, and I had to put it through all the paces. and it's not perfect, but it's pretty, which is funny because out of all the consoles that I have the most experience with, the Nintendo is the most. I mean, I own over 50 Nintendos, modded 50 to 100 of them, I want to say. For customers, that's why the channel is called Console Kits, because that's what I did. I was a console kit modder for a couple years, and then I still do a few a year, but not at the scale that I used to do. But the Entech Gaming is a pretty good one. A lot of the problems they had in the last 10 years about being able to play Nintendo games on, on your television, your modern television, they were all based on this technology called Nintendo on a chip. So Nintendo on a chip, it's basically these really crappy devices. Use them. They have, RCA out, the composite video out. And then there's even newer consoles out there that are about $100. They show they have HDMI out. It's not really HDMI out. It has HDMI, but there's a little HDMI upscaler inside there. The source is still composite. So I was surprised to find that the Entech Gaming version of the NES control deck is native HDMI. And I put that very early in the video to make sure it was very clear. This is native HDMI. Maybe you didn't know that entire story, but that is something newer, in the last couple years that a lot of these Nintendo consoles have been doing. Then the debate is whether or not you want to play Nintendo games on an Arcade1up. And that's your choice. I mean, I spent $1,500 on a Nintendo Play Choice, and all I'm doing is playing Nintendo games on an arcade cabinet. You can say all you want that the Nintendo Play Choice is not a Nintendo. It's a Nintendo. It's a Nintendo. The board is like I could take a Nintendo and RGB mod it, and now I have a Play Choice. The only thing different you're adding value at that point is that it has 10 slots. It has a different configuration, a different set of games, but all of that has been fully hacked in such a way where you can get nearly the same experience on original hardware, on original Nintendo. Almost, nearly. Anyway, enough about Nintendo. But anyway, so some people do want to be able to play Nintendo games on an Arcade1up, and I think that's cool for those people that want to do that. And I enjoy it. It's pretty fun. CT Jason reviews are in, and the review of CT Jason is people like him for his reviews. Let's see. I paid $700 for a Tron, and after a month, the stick broke. See, this is the reverse side of getting a deal. That's a raw deal. It's where you spent $700 on a cabinet because it promised to be amazing. You already settled for, it looks amazing, it's nostalgic, it brings you back, and then it broke. And I feel bad for all the people that are out there that are getting these broken sticks. I'm really hoping, I don't know what the answer is. Does this mean that, the answer is you got to go spend the money on, Glenn's Retro Show? Glenn's Retro Show stick is available on Amazon.com. I hear it's a drop-in replacement for a Tron. Now, I'm going to be speaking out of turn because I don't have a Tron cabinet and I don't have that Tron stick. So, I don't know. You probably want to talk to Michael B, who has one, or Kongs R Us. He's done, in fact, Kongs R Us B, he's done he did the mod, right? He has one. He has the Glenn's Retro Show stick. Maybe he can give some feedback whether that one is a higher quality version or something like that. Yeah, he posted a video about the Tron break-in for him. That's tough, man. That's really tough. I'll golden tee the Projectorcade poolside if available. Here's another topic we can talk about just for a second. Have you guys seen the FCC leak for the Couch Kade? I can talk about that just for a second. Give you my thoughts on the whole Couch Kade. So Arcade1up is evidently releasing this new product called the Couch Kade, and a lot of people are wondering exactly what it is. Now, you're probably thinking well, it's a control deck that you play on the couch. But if you look at it, you can kind of see a little bit more to it. I think it's going to be an HDMI console that goes behind your television, right? But could also plug into your projector. That was the problem with the Projectorcade. A lot of people were saying that the Projectorcade was something they never wanted to do because, one, it was too expensive, and it came with a really bad projector. But hey, this Couch Kade is completely different. We don't know exactly the price, but I don't think it's going to be $399. I think they're going to target for that lower price. And what we can see from the FCC filing is it's 2.4 gigahertz wireless communication. That's why they had to go to the FCC to get it tested, because it has wireless communication. So this is probably going to be like the Legends Gamer Pro or the Legends Gamer, where there's actually like a dongle piece that connects to your television, and that's where the game actually plays. So the lag is between, the wireless connection, or the potential lag is in between the console and the control. The control is probably going to have batteries, and the lag will probably be very low, because in the past, consistently with other devices that don't use Bluetooth but instead use 2.4 gigahertz, they have a very, very low amount of lag. So it'll be exciting to see if they come up with some good games. I'm really curious to see how Golden Tee plays on that, because keep in mind, when you're playing Golden Tee, you're spinning it, right? And that data has to be just rapidly sent to that device. And, 2.4 gigahertz will probably be able to handle that no problem. Other devices have been able to do that with analog sticks. Similar technology. It's just serial information of how fast you're spinning and things like that. But the idea that you can have a low price on a Golden Tee that you can put on your lap, that's wireless, that's battery operated, that's really cool. That's something that I would want to get, because what you could do is imagine when people can get together again, your friends come over and you just have this Golden Tee Couch Kade, and you can play multiplayer competitions against each other and hit that trackball, and when it's their turn, you physically hand them that device that has no wires that's playing on your television. Now, the other problem that people have said about the projector Kade that may not be that great is already on the 17-inch screen, these older Golden Tee games are a little pixelated and they don't look that great. And that's only a 17-inch screen. How big of a TV do you have? It's going to be like a 55-inch or a 60-inch or 70-inch. How well is Arcade1up's technology going to be able to scale that to like a 4K TV? Is it going to look like crap, or is it going to look very good? I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. And that's why I'm actually excited about the Couch Kade. Is, Garage Gamer, he got the Golden Tee for $299. And supposedly we're supposed to see like another Golden Tee soon in some form. I remember hearing this from John D. And that's one of those things that, people got as a good deal. I never picked up because I never could find that deal. And it was more expensive. And, and I've heard from so many people, I probably made a mistake. I heard from so many people saying that Golden Tee is one of the best games that they have because of its pull from all these people that get excited. Once one person's playing, the other person wants to play as well. So we got to see that one again. But I don't want to play. I don't want to pay $700 for a Golden Tee. I don't want to pay $700 for any cabinet unless it's a Pro Series. Unless it's a Pro line. If it's a Pro line and it's a full-size arcade and it's the exact cabinet that I've always wanted, I'll pay $1,000 for it. I would rather want $899, but anyway, that's my thoughts on the Pro line. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But the other cabinets, I'm not going to do. Okay, so we got... Yeah, so JJ made a correction. He said, yes, correct. $100 for the Legends Gamer. Got a super chat from Walter Harris. It says, check out my local rent-a-center and talk them into letting me leave with a big buck hunter for $318 out the door. Oh, man, Walter, see, big buck hunter for $318. Thanks for the donation. I really appreciate it. Man, that's a good deal. I mean, I remember when I saw the Big Buck Hunter Pro go down a little bit in price, and it was locally available at Walmart at a Best Buy. And I was chatting with Ralph, and I was like, should I do it? Should I do it? And he was like, yeah. And in fact, it was the mod had came out. There's someone out there that modded. I don't know to the full extent, but he had the ability to be able to add more games. Basically more send-in games could be added to the Big Buck Hunter, and I was like, that even increases its value. I don't know if that was ever publicly released and easily available and with instructions, but in the underground world, the information is out there. Let's see. The Fist of Blood says the second best deal was a Legends Mini for $60. Now I got the Legends Mini as well, I think I paid $80 for it. I remember I missed out on the Pro when it went to $100, but then I did get the Mini. Maybe it was $60. I can't remember exactly. It was definitely less expensive. Sergio says Street Fighter, first one, they got it for $180 2 years ago. And last year I got an NBA Jam for $130, TMNT for $150, and Golden Tee for $75. That is a sweet lineup of games. This just proves the deals are out there. Now, the deals, here's the thing. That's the other thing, is I thought the deals were going to go away. And that's why another reason why I took the site down. I was like, there's no point in the deals. And then what I've learned this year is the deals are still there. And maybe we'll only get, I mean, how many deals are we going to get online? Like in the last, I want to say there's been at least 5 great deals in the last 3 months. I know this because I bought several of them. Even the Kohl's deals, I think, are good in my opinion. And again, on the website that I put together for the deals, that's one of the next things I was going to do is set up the Kohl's and then have a little asterisk or something. I'm going to need some help with that, right? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't think I should display the price, including the Kohl's Cash. It should be like, let's say there's a Kohl's Cash deal, and I need to show it on the website. Imagine it says Kohl's Cash, and it's $6.49, right? Then underneath it, it would say like $5.49 and then $100 Kohl's Cash in parentheses or something like that. Something very clear, so you fully understand that this is a discount because of the Kohl's Cash. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to show you this is the price you're going to pay out the door right now. But hey, you're going to get some Kohl's Cash, and that adds value, right? Anyway, so lost my mouse here. Here we go. So Papa Brad says he got the Legends Ultimate for $300 and the Namco Legacy for $300. Now that's a deal. That's a deal. I mean, I got Legends Ultimate for $549. I mean, now it's probably a deal because I think those prices are going up. And the Namco Legacy for $300, also a great deal. I kind of Namco Legacy, I don't have that, but the Tempest, I kind of paid that. Or again, Kohl's Cash, right? iArcade with the stand for $300. That was another great deal. So the new site, I have it set up. So here's how, for those of you who are interested, what I had to do is build what I call a scraper for every single site, right? And so Amazon and Walmart were the hardest ones, and Kohl's is kind of funky too. And some of them are working, but I'll have to keep updating them because if the page changes, I got to be able to grab that price. And I might replace that with some artificial intelligence. I know that sounds weird, but like literally artificial intelligence is crazy these days, and I could probably train something to be like, see that's the price, okay? See that here's a picture, and that's the price. Always give me that, right? We probably get to the point where I could do that. Anyway, so where was I going with this? I think I was going with, now that I have the support for the site, I'll show you again. This, if you go to deals.consulkits.com, let's see if I have it fully working with the, I had to put in what's called a root object on CloudFront. Nope, it's not working. So the root object has not yet redirected to the index.html, but I'll do it after the stream. Anyway, so on the site, what I did was I just went through and I was like, okay, I need to prove that I can do X-Men. I can do multiple cabinets. So I was like, okay, can I pull X-Men from Best Buy, from Target? And I'm just basically going through and adding support from each one of these. And at a certain point, I was like, let me do support for another cabinet. And I just simply chose Walmart. But like, this doesn't have the Best Buy in there. But it doesn't matter because all of that is clerical. All that is just database entry at this point. All I have to do is collect all of the URLs for every single cabinet. And now that I have support for scraping Walmart and Best Buy and Arcade1up, Target, Home Depot, the brick, I just feed it in as an input to the service that I built. And then it will go out, spider out every 15 minutes and crawl all of these sites, grabbing the price, putting it into my database, And then the website pulls that information and displays it all in a super convenient location. The main idea is you come to the site, you scroll through, and you see the best price. There's no deal for you. Look forward to rejection. That's what I got to say. If you're going to check this site every day, you're probably not going to find a deal. But then all of a sudden, there's going to be a deal. There's going to be a deal. The price will go down. And again, later I'll work on notifications and things like that. And so, yeah, there's not much I actually have to do to get this site ready for phase 1, where it's completely usable. And so I'll continue to work on that. I have tomorrow off, so I'll work on it tomorrow. I got to go back to work on Tuesday, but every night I'll spend a couple hours, maybe every morning as well, keep feeding it and putting more development time into it. And once we get that an initial feature where it's there, again, email me at consulkits@gmail.com for any feature requests. I'll probably update the website with instructions to how you can, give me feedback on how to make the tool better for you. I'm planning on adding everything, by the way, because again, I want to get the best deals for you. So stools, like everything, like Arcade, every home arcade device that's out there, the iArcade, every single variation, AtGames, all of AtGames products, right? The MVSX, the best deal on the MVSX. Like, do you have a place right now where you can go, I want to buy an MVSX? Should you get it from Amazon? Should you get it directly from their website? Should you get it from Walmart? This site will tell you. This is where the deals are at. And when there's a price drop for one, boom, the website will show you. You'll be able to see it. I also want to start, once I have that phase 1 done, I'll start tracking the data. So I want to start keeping a historical log of all of the price changes. And then I want to give you access to that. And so you'll be able to click on something that will show you the history of the price. Maybe some nice little graphics that show, this is where the price started, and then there was a discount available, and then it went back up, and then it went down. And maybe I can have that data available for you on the website in the sense that, like, this is the best deal we've ever recorded, right? So that will help you make a decision. You're like, oh, it's $349. You're like, oh, is that the best deal? You click on it. You're like, yeah, it's been. So I'll be basically price charting all of the Arcade1up cabinets and home arcade products in every way. And then sometime next year, hopefully we can do another show like this. And there's going to be more people that are saying, this is the best deal that I got. I was able to pick up, like this guy, Nikki, she's saying, I got the Space Invaders for $75. This could be you. This could be you saying, I was able to pick up a Final Fight for $50. It's possible these deals will come. Like, look at this. Wait, what the heck is this? He got his, how did he, I actually just bought the Star Wars one up for $280 brand new yesterday. Like, was that Facebook Market? Because a lot of people are looking for the Star Wars. Like, I don't think it's available in stores. Is Caleb in the U.S. or is that somewhere else? Wow. No, they did not. Amazon sent you 3 iArcade bases for free. So we got. I don't believe you. There's no way, Zohar. Anyway, I got to get some background music in here before I go insane. Anyway, so Final Fight is good. Let's move forward. Looking forward to the deal site when it's up and running. I found the best deals at Walmart locally. Stock end of shelf life. There you go. Best deals of the year for me. X-Men vs. Street Fighter, $349 on Walmart. Currently, $499. And that's the other thing. I am tracking the original debut prices of these cabinets. It's in the data. I don't think I've displayed that yet. I'll probably at the very bottom would be like original price. Maybe it's its own little thing. That's right. It's keep haunting me, that Final Fight being on the Capcom Legacy, because I still have a Final Fight. If you want a Pro Line, buy iArcade. It is very premium, that's for sure. It's just not really tall. So it's not really Pro Line. Pro Line is about the height. Pro Line is about being gigantic. For me, I have the space. I think you do too. because you have plenty of vertical space, right? And you could afford a couple more inches, right? Width, and then the height. I think you can. The question is, can you afford the price? That's the real question. See, why not? Let's track the Arcade1up pinball prices as well. Like right now, is there any place you can go that will tell you this is the cheapest price of all of the websites that sell the pinball machine? It doesn't exist. That's why it needs to be done. We have to get it done this week. Next week, it's got to be fully done. It's a lot of work, but someone's got to do it, right? All right, let's see. Let's find some more deals, guys. What? You didn't get nothing for free. I got the Star Wars stand-up for $240. It arrived with a jacked up box and missing dowels. No big deal. $240? Where are you getting the Star Wars deal? I'll buy a second one. I got a Space Invaders Arcade1up for $150 brand new. Widen it to fit a 22-inch IPS display. Built a custom control panel and installed a Windows PC to do old and modern games. Wish I could post pics here. Yeah, that'd be really cool. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about, what do you guys think about the website notifying you? Which format would you like to get a notification? I looked into it. Email is actually expensive. Like if we're talking about free versus, what is it, like a fraction of a penny for every 1,000, but depending on how big the scale is, that money can add up. Twitter's like, I think Twitter's free. I think. I mean, I would have to run a server that, like, you know, the server that's doing the analysis, and then it would have to, so basically I would only send one message through like a Consultations bot on Twitter. And you would just go follow this bot. That's not me, but it would periodically just be like, boop, there you go. And so what you would do is just follow this bot and then turn on notifications on Twitter to, tell me every single time this bot says any message, right? And then it would be like, boop, there you go. Street Fighter Big Blue is available for $249. Like that would be the tweet. And it'd be like, click here. And when you click on it, it would jump you to the website and be like, proof, here it is. And then, you go to it. So something like that could work. That would be fairly inexpensive. But someone else was mentioning, what about Discord? Like, there'd be like a Discord server, and then there's a Discord channel that the bot's messaging into. And maybe the answer is all of the above. I don't know. Like, maybe I just start with Twitter, because that one seemed pretty easy, and then I move over to Discord, and then you basically, it's one notification system, but I'm just sending it to both places, and it's up to you whether you want to, subscribe to one or the other. Another person said, just make a video every single time. That's definitely not what I want to do. A buddy of mine was like, why don't you automate the creation of a video and post it on YouTube, and all it says is this deal is available. Create a new channel and people subscribe to that, and then they subscribe and they turn on notifications and they'll see a new video comes up and the picture is telling you the deal. That's just a dumb idea. That's so dumb. I like the tweet idea. Twitter ideas is the best, I want to say. Let's see. The Festival of third best deal. I think I got 1, 2, and 3 on here. He says NBA Jam. Oh, come on. NBA Jam, the full size for $179? See, this is why. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to build the tool to be real time, and it's going to text message me the deal. And then I'll have a button that'll be like release to the wild. And then it'll send the notification. That way, if I want to act on the deal, I click go to the deal, order it really quick, and then hit notify and be like, you guys can get it, because if it notifies you directly, there's no way I'll be able to buy it. Now, I built this tool, and I'll never be able to use it because it'll be sold out by the time that I, notice. I should do that. I literally should do that. Actually, I was thinking about doing that anyway because I don't trust the automation to go directly to the bot, because it's like, what if there was a bug, or I don't trust my code, or what if there's a bug and it just starts rapidly firing? I would rather hit those notifications myself and just respond go. If I verified it's actually good. Oh yeah, congrats on 10K views on. Oh yeah, you're talking about the Intech Gaming. Yeah, that video did really well. It that surprised me. Every single day I looked at it, it was like another 1,000 views. I was like, whoa, that's really cool. Oh, we got J2CC. We got a couple voicemails. Let's play them. Okay, let's check it out, guys. It's kind of funny. Yes, it is the Bible a man, is what it says, because it tries to text to speech, or speech to text. Anyway, here we go.
Hey, Justin, it's Bob Boyce. Hey, man, my best Arcade1up cabinet was one of my buddies came through for me, and he actually hooked me up with his Final Fight cabinet earlier this summer. So I got that added to my collection for free. But
oh, nice.
Yeah, in the beginning of
free, can't be free.
I also got Star Wars and Golden Tee for a package deal for $400. So $200 a piece at the time.
Whew.
But yeah, those are my best ones, buddy. And yeah, I look forward to hearing and watching your show. You have a good one, pal.
Oh, man, those are good deals. See, the package deals, that's the way to go. Package deal, Star Wars and Golden Tee for a package deal, $400, so $200 a piece. $2 a piece for Star Wars and Golden Tee is a really good deal. Those cabinets came with risers as well, so it's like, even back then, like, that's a good deal. It's a good deal. Here we go. Next voicemail.
Hey, Justin, Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thanks, man.
Collector of Nostalgia, been a long-time listener, first-time caller. First Arcade1up I ever got was Rampage from a closing FYE for $125.
Oh, $125 for the Rampage. Now, check this out, guys. Like, have you guys seen Rampage? I've seen it on eBay go for $1,000, because that's like one of the more rare cabinets, and that is one that I still have in my collection, and I've been thinking about selling it, but it's almost like this. Wait a second. It's kind of weird. I don't think I'll sell it later and try to get $1,000, but it's almost like if it goes for that much, then it's kind of like having that value. I don't know. Anyway, $125, really good deal.
I got the first generation Street Fighter for $150. Star Wars, Space Invaders Partycade for $59. And one of the best deals here recently was from Academy Sports. I got
Academy Sports?
Capcom Legacy for $250, and the Star Wars pinball machine, luckily right around the corner for $399. Hope you're having a great day.
See, I'm going to need you guys' help, because Academy Sports is not let's see, Arcade1up. This is not, yep, hot deal, $399. I'm looking at the site now, is what I'm doing. Hold on a second. This was not a site that was on my radar. So I'll have to add support for that as well. And yeah, that's a good website. I mean another website, right? And there's another thing that Phase 1 won't have that I got to mention, whether or not it's in stock. So I the code is there, but I haven't completed the code for the in-stock detection. So I'll say, here's the price that it's displaying, and it'll say whether it's in stock or whether I was able to detect if it's in stock. But right now it's just showing the price. So if it's not in stock, you click on it, sorry, it'll say sold out. It's possible. But I'm gonna there's like within a week I got to get that feature going. And here's our next voicemail.
Hey Justin, this is J2CC4, aka the Bulls. I just wanted to let you know about the message you just read on stream. But yeah, I got the Gen 1 Street Fighter cabinet. It was GameStop when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
They had display models which displays a video on them. When they wanted to get rid of them, my buddy who was the store manager at the time let me know, and I got to take it home. The PCB board was fried, but I was able to just get a new one and just bought the deck protector, and it was good to go. So yeah, I got that pretty much free. I got the...
Okay, there we go. We're getting these phone calls, people getting cabinets for free. I mean, this is the lesson. Have a buddy that works at GameStop so you can get the demo unit. But his PCB was fried, So he had to replace the PCB, but those were readily available. I'm sure you got them on eBay or something like that. And then he got the deck protector. But this is back in the day when the cabinets didn't even come with deck protectors.
Page cabinet for about...
I bet he got the deck protector for free, too, because back then you could go to Arcade1up.com and they'd send you one for free.
$160 off GameStop. That year it came out.
Rampage.
A collectibles deal online.
Yep.
It was live for like a day or so. I was able to snag that.
I did not see that deal. But the new
before,
site will!
$249 for the TMNT cabinet from Walmart while I was using your site. Actually, looking there for a riser, which they didn't have, but I still snagged that one after driving after about an hour for that. So it was actually a good deal for that.
Mm-hmm.
I also got other stuff like countercades, like the Mortal Kombat one recently for $150.
Yep.
Marvel Superheroes from Target for like $160 with a couple of different coupons.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been getting all my things, including the AtGames Legends Gamer Pro for $100 from Walmart. So pretty much everything I've gotten for Arcade1up AtGames, and I got the Arcade Kickstarter for $300. So thank you for all your great content, and keep up the great work, and thank you for all your help and all your way to save us money.
There you go. This is what it's all about. It's what it's all about, saving money. It's like, got a cabinet that was basically free from GameStop. TMNT, what is it, like $49? And Marvel Superheroes, they got, the countercade for like $160. I think those are even available for like $150 now. Legends Gamer Pro. See, these are examples of a lot of these, like, of course, the GameStop deal of the Rampage cabinet was online, a collectible deal online. That is something that would be available to all of us. Of course, the GameStop deal of Street Fighter, that was just the in-store, that's not available to all of us. But the Marvel Superheroes, be able to get that, that's something that we can do with the website, scanning, capturing those prices. And if it's online and it's a deal, what about the Legends Gamer Pro for $100? Get a real-time notification of those. Those will be really good. Mike Hawk, he says, Justin, what we need to find is an HDMI device that can stretch the screen wide so that all the mini consoles work perfect with NTEC panel. That's true. I'm hoping for those that haven't bought the NTEC Gaming, he's talking about the Switch version. So the Switch Fighting Stick, one of the downsides of the Switch Fighting Stick is that what it does is it squishes the screen. It takes a 16:9 like a television and squishes it to the 4:3. And so when you plug it into the Switch, all the games are kind of squished. And what we need is something that will restretch it. Now, if you get the NTEC Gaming control panel and you plug in, instead of a Switch, you plug in like the Neo Geo little mini, that will stretch the screen back. It's weird. So their NTEC Gaming will squish it, and then this thing will stretch it back. And it actually looks really good, even though it's squished and smashed. Like it doesn't look bad. It looks great, actually. What he's talking about is wish there was a device. And I think I was gonna look into it, like maybe what is it called? The what is it, the M Classic or something like that? Like, doesn't that have a stretch mode? I haven't tried it, but I was gonna hook it up and see if it does. It's got like a 4:3 mode, or I don't know. Yeah, if you really wanted to, you could. I don't know if there's any HDMI to HDMI devices except for like the M device, right? Anyway, any idea what new arcade cabinets will be announced during CES? I do not know what they will actually announce, if anything, at CES. For sure, in the context and theme of this show, it won't be a deal. But for a moment, let's talk about CES. So CES is right around the corner, and Arcade1up may or may not release anything at CES. I haven't heard any confirmation that they will actually even have any release. And I know in the past they've had their own little thing. They've put together announcements. They work with newspaper or websites, out there to, like the Summer of Gaming thing, to be able to announce a new fleet of cabinets. But it doesn't really have to be associated with CES. It could be, may not be. I do know a handful of items that are coming out next year, but I have no clue when they will be announced. There's been a number of leaks that we've discussed on this channel over and over and over again. We can expect some of those things to be a part of their next announcements. Will it be at CES? We just don't know. But what's interesting is CES is just around the corner. It's coming next week. So maybe we'll find something soon. We'll hear it. We'll find out. We'll find out. There's no guarantees as what is it called? What's his name? I'm forgetting his name now. Not John D, but the other guy, David McIntosh. He says nothing is final until it's final. Nothing, any rumor and leak that's out there doesn't mean that it's actually ever going to come out, because, you could conclude that, but deals can change and timing can change and they end up moving things around. It's all very, very possible. Anyway, see, here we go. Chris is talking about custom NES carts, arcade ports, make for a fun experience. That's the thing. There's another set of games. And what I've been playing around with on the Intech Gaming is the Sega Genesis version. That's actually the video that I was going to do first, but I'm having a problem with my unit. I have the Mega, it's like the Mega EverDrive Pro, and Mad Little Pixel has a video of one of the early releases of a prototype of the Intech Gaming for Sega, and it plays Sega carts. And he shows it working with the Mega, what is it called? The Mega EverDrive Pro. It doesn't work on mine. Like, I put the Mega EverDrive Pro in it, and it has this really wonky screen. Everything else I throw at it, multi-carts, Sega carts, Mega Drive, Sega, you name it, like it'll play. And it even has an adapter for the older, 8-bit carts. But I went ahead and bought another Mega EverDrive, like version 1. I got it for like $40. And I was going to test it on that, because when I talked to Intech Gaming, they're like, it works for us. And they showed a picture of it working with an EverDrive, but it's not the Pro version. And they're like, well, for sure, here's the thing. Like, you probably shouldn't have the Pro version on the Intech Gaming. Like, it's hard to say. I have the Pro version because I have the Pro version. And if you have the Pro version, then you're probably going to want to use the Pro version. The Mega EverDrive Pro, like, will give you the ability to play, like, 32X games, right? And the CD-ROM based games. Like, that's really cool. Those, they said, won't work on their hardware anyway. So getting a less expensive EverDrive used, like, I guess that's an option, right? Because they're saying that one will work. So when that comes in, I'll give it a shot, and then I'll explain the whole thing in the video, saying what worked, what didn't work, and then let you guys know so you can make an educated choice of whether you want to buy it or not. And hopefully those things will come out. They said sometime in January. Right, Chris? Are you there? Are you still there, Chris? Like, he's been following it as well. He said that all these new devices from Intech Gaming should be available in January. What I've been playing with is the Williams arcade port on. See, that's a deal. That's a deal. So other people may disagree with it, but the Sega version is awesome. The Sega version of the Intech Gaming allows you to play Sega games on your Arcade1up for an inexpensive price. That's really cool. Completely replace the control panel, and then you can plug in multi-carts or original cartridges if you own them, or an EverDrive and you still own the games or whatever for convenience. I was playing the Williams, like I'm playing Defender, right? And I learned a ton of it from it, because check this out. If you go check out the Sega Genesis port of the Williams collection, it's actually the original arcade games ported for 4x3 screen. So that means Sinistar is ported for 4x3. And if you go listen to it, it's the same sounds. Like, I was comparing it back and forth between the Partycade. Now, again, I don't have the original Sinistar, but the Sega Genesis version, like, the fidelity is nearly the same. It's just like the Cinnabons don't have a little shiny reflection to them, but it's like the same, the Run Coward. It's the same audio, right? And what was really interesting is this guy named Dan, who does all the emulation for Digital Eclipse, which, by the way, he's the guy that he writes the Moo emulator. So the Moo emulator is actually used on the Partycade, okay? Made by Digital Eclipse. And this guy's, he does all the ports for, I think, like the Aladdin, The modern Switch Aladdin, I think he did that as well, or Digital Clips did, if I remember correctly. Anyway, you go back to the Sega Genesis, all the way back to the Sega Genesis, and you play that Williams. It says Digital Eclipse. Like, it's the same guy. Like, 30 years ago, did the arcade port from the original Defender games. Dude's an expert at that. Ported it over to the Sega Genesis. That developer, 30 years later, he's the one who ported the the Street Fighter 2. The original Street Fighter 2 was done by Dan from Arcade1up. I don't know about Big Blue. They may be licensing the Moo emulator on some of the new cabinets. In fact, the party case says license the Moo emulator. I don't know. It's just kind of, to me, I found that like really interesting. That when you buy a Party Kade, the guy that integrated the emulation is the same one who did the arcade port on the Sega Genesis 30 years ago. And so the gameplay is amazing. It actually is an awesome Sinistar port is on the Sega Genesis because they redesigned the game to work with just a little 8-way controller. And so the game is slightly tweaked so you can turn around quickly just with a D-pad. And so being able to play... some of those old arcade ports for the consoles are actually really good. And so you can shame people all you want for playing console games on an Arcade1up. I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool option. Keep in mind, there's a lot of people that own like 20 of these cabinets now, right? Well, all you're saying is like, here's one that's available. You know, here's one that you're putting a control panel on so you can play a different set of games, a different style of games. Like Punch-Out, in my opinion, Punch-Out for the NES is better than the arcade Punch-Out. There's a handful of games that out there where the NES ports were better than the arcade version. And so, anyway, there's probably people that disagree, but I also disagree with you. So, there you go. But let's talk about deals, guys. We got to talk about deals. I'm going to work my way up the chat. How's that sound? See if I can understand the conversation. There we go. Super Punch-Out. There you go. I even got Lando agreeing with me. Lando's like, hold on, good buddy. Super Punch-Out is really good. See, Rainwater, he's getting the Sega Genesis one for sure. It's good. Like that, I wanted to make a video on that like I don't know, 2 months ago. I've had it since like September. I've had both of those devices since like September, and I was like just going through all of it. I have Sinistar in the Defender Wallcade. That I finally beat the Sinistar on that. It is so fun. Like hearts just pump, and I love the Partycade Sinistar so much. You can get right back into the game. Get right back into the game very quickly because you die a lot. You die a lot. Williams cabinet, take my money. I think we're gonna see more Williams. I don't know if there'll be another. I don't know if it'll be a CES announcement, but we didn't see the end of. We did not see the end of Williams. The details I'll give you on that is, I had this conversation with someone from Arcade1up a month ago, and it was this idea that there's the 90s demographic and then there's the 80s demographic. It's like people that really love, the Street Fighter, right? Killer Instinct. That's a demographic. And then you got your Atari Star Wars. Now, Atari Star Wars is an interesting one because the IP of Star Wars is so popular that it kind of saddles both, right? And keep in mind, this is what I was saying to the person from Arcade1up, because from my vantage point. But then there's the crowd that are really interested in the older games, like your Tron, your Williams. And so I asked, how is Tron doing from a point of view of like sales? And they're like, it went beyond expectations. And so what I heard back, and it was kind of a validation of what I was saying. And maybe this person was just validating what I was saying, and that's all it was. But it was, every year we need now to make sure that we are feeding both demographics. Just as much as there's Street Fighter, KI, we got to continue to make cabinets that are going to make those people happy. We also have to make sure Williams, Sinistar, well, not specifically Sinistar, but Williams, Defender, and it should have, like the Mortal Kombat version should have been like tooled in such a way where the control panel was fit for Defender. And basically the Partycade should have been the 3/4 scale. Like they should have made a 3/4 scale version of the Defender Partycade with the control panel that you can basically get from DIY Retro Arcade. People should not have to mod a Defender Mortal Kombat cabinet, the Defender 40th anniversary, to get the cabinet that they want. And Midway has like all these games, including your Mortal Kombat, but also the rights for like the older Williams games. And that cabinet was trying to somehow please both, which doesn't really make sense, right? Like you got your 90s kids, right? And you got your 80s kids. And so you're making a cabinet that has Mortal Kombat on it and Paperboy. Like there's some people that'll want Mortal Kombat and Defender, but having those separated makes so much more sense. Like make it, because then you'll buy both, right? And then you'll love both because one's going to have the control panel perfectly, for a certain cabinet. And then another one's going to have, Mortal Kombat perfectly for that cabinet. But putting it all in one, mixing the genres at the sacrifice of the control panel, that's a mistake. Is this right? The Sega version of Pac-Mania is pretty fun. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Definitely have to check that out. See, he's saying he used the M Classic on the Pandora's box to get it to display the proper 4x3. See, we got to play with that. See? What we're talking about is Intech Gaming has these adapters that you can use to be able to get consoles and different cabinets on it, but it kind of squishes some of it. What about the M Classic? I own a M Classic. After this is over, I'll go try it out. I'll make a community post or a quick video that says, here's how you can make it better if it actually does do better. Let's see. I also found another Street Fighter Gen 1 cabinet in front of a neighbor's house with a note saying sound works but not the screen. But I have an extra PCB, which I believe is the issue. Whoa! Now, your end of the driveway cabinets, that's, yeah, I hope it's in good condition. But yeah, they probably assumed that the monitor completely went out. If the monitor's in good shape, you're golden. It's harder and more expensive to replace that monitor. He says, my purchase of Super Pac-Man for $104 was a countercade. Okay, since I haven't received it yet, how do you protect yourself so I am not charged? Yeah, you'd have to contact the store if you haven't received it yet. Yeah, contact the store. That's probably the best that I can advise. Let's see. See, there you go. The cabinet DLI arcade, those are good deals. Now Star Wars Pinball for $44.99. Wait, what? Right now? Right now? Is that right? It is right. Wow. Check that out, guys. Now this is weird, $9.99 for the original price. But check that out. That's a good deal. We've never seen it $4.99. This came out at $5.49. Wow. Tammy G. Good catch. I kind of glanced at it, but didn't register. Now, is it in stock? Oh. Its home delivery is out of stock. But you have to check and see. So you have to find a store in your area. Let me see. I don't think there's a store in my area. But put everyone, go check out. If you never got the pinball, if you have an Academy, is it only at select stores? I don't know. That's really cool. So it looks like that's interesting. That's interesting news because, some stores have it in stock. And we're starting to see them discounted. What does that mean? Is there a new CES announcement for pinball machines? Because, look, seriously, guys, seriously. That's how this stuff works. I think there's some people at Arcade1up Sorry, it's kind of rude, but I'm eating Skittles. This video is sponsored by Skittles. Anyway, this is the only time that I like cheat at this level is during these videos. So I'm cheating heavily on my diet. Let's see. Hold on a second. I see a good chat. Is Dragon's Lair over? No, I think they're coming back out with that. We should hear an announcement eventually with an alpha numeric display. I think it was just delayed. It was just delayed because they redesigned it a little bit, and they're probably dragging their feet on other issues, manufacturing, I'm sure. Let's see. What are you guys talking about now? There we go. Marvel, TMNT, MK, Countercade, $150 is awesome. Bought all three. Yeah, that deal's happening right now, right? Mike Hawk has his CES wish list is a new design for the iArcade bar top with more arcade authentic looks and the announcement of the new feature, which Virtual Fighter and Windjammers 2. Wow. We'll see. We'll see. I had to return my music on after doing those voicemails because the only reason this is an inside joke, not a turd channel, real talk twisted. There we go. So everything, this is a little game that Chris and I have been saying to each other. Every sentence that we say to each other always has the word turd in it. Like it's got to be like 2 weeks now, 2-3 weeks. Hey, I got to tell you, Twisted, that turd channel, Unqualified Critics, he did a new video that has Jerry from Think Up, and that was not a turd video. This is a pretty good video. I'm like, what am I, an hour into the hour and 30-minute interview? I met Jerry at CES, and literally I'm sitting there talking to Jerry, and he's like, oh, I work for this. I'm the CEO of Think Up, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I'm like dogging on like some of the designs of the cabinets, and he's like, yeah, I'm lead designer for Arcade1up. I was like, yeah, you guys screwed up on Frogger. He's like, we tried our best. Like, there were certain things we had to change because licenses, and it's not to skirt the license. It's not to skirt the license. There's all of these things where the lawyers will tell them like there's risk when they make a cabinet when they don't have a certain sign off, and it's because like the person is dead. It's like, and they didn't set up an estate for them to, Arcade1up to give royalties to for artwork. It's really complex, and so licensing is complex for multiple reasons. It's one of them is they if they could sign a deal with someone they would, but they can't, so they have to change the design. And later they find the person, and then they can retweak it and come out with a second version. And yeah, I think like TMNT and Frogger, or some of those have been fixed. Like if they come out with another version, like TMNT, they did do it right. Like the audio is fixed, they worked it out. Anyway, yeah, I you know what I should do? What I should do is I'm gonna do a 5-minute live stream. Summarizing Unqualified Critics video of Jerry, so then you guys don't have to sit through an hour and a half of his channel. I heard he used to do that for One Up Weekly, so it'd just be like, if he gets mad at me, in fact, if he gets mad at me for saying this, I'll be like, dude, you're getting mad at yourself. Let's see. Formula Fox says, I've always had issues with the iArcades aesthetically. It's shaped like a Japanese candy cab, not a proper upright. They should have played into that and made a shorter sit-down riser for it. Yeah, I really hope the Gen 2 iArcade that's going to come out later this year is in fact more. I'm like, if they really want to set themselves apart, they try to beat Arcade1up to the punch of coming out with a pro version, an even proer version of the iArcade. Where it lacks is clearly its aesthetics. The hardware is good, but it's like when you compare it to like a Legends Ultimate has like a trackball, it has spinners, whereas the Arcade doesn't, but it's a multicade. So you're limited to what games that you can play on it. Maybe the Gen 2 should expand that, right? But more importantly, this is something that hasn't happened yet, is someone building a multicade that is shaped closer to what we remember. And that'll just blur the lines between Arcade1up and iArcade. That would be beautiful. Because a MAME cabinet looks like a MAME cabinet, and iArcade is going closer to the nostalgic artwork, at least. Hopefully they'll get better at the shape as they continue to go. I think that's where they're going. But if there's nothing, I don't think there's anything stopping from iArcade, like, go with, like, the Midway look. Dude, I saw a video. No, it was a picture on one of the groups, and they were showing how you could take an iArcade and mod it. Let's see if I can show it behind me, right? They showed, like, you can add an attachment to it that would come out. It would be higher. Anyway, they were showing, like, essentially the gap between the iArcade and kind of that Midway look could come from the opposite of a riser. So instead of a riser that you put at the foot of your cabinet, it's like a hat. So it's a hat that you put on the top of it, and it goes up and out, and that's the marquee. And they were like, that's what iArcade should do. They should build a hat. They'll call it the iArcade sombrero, if you will. And you put it on the top of the cabinet, and it mods your cabinet so that it looks more like a real cabinet. And there's other people that are like, I'm completely fine. Completely fine with the look of it. Don't forget to listen to Tim Hudson. He says you got to hit the like button. Now, before we go, I really want to show you this. Everyone stick around for this. Really appreciate if you'd stick around for this real quick before we end the show. This is super important. It's super important, okay? Now, I want to show you this. I want to educate you guys on this because I know you guys love gaming and you're really into it. But there's this magazine called Old School Gamer Magazine. And this is their January article. Now, they sell this in 3 different versions. There's the print version, which you can get, I think it's 6 times a year. And you can pay for an entire year up front. And you'll get this magazine sent to you. So think about your game room. Think about how the Nintendo Power was probably a magazine that you wanted to collect or you did collect. This is 2022, and there's companies that are still making magazine. And oldschoolgamermagazine.com is a website that still offers this service. And dude, it's cheap. So it's $30 for an entire year. You pay $30. That's it. You pay $30 and you're going to get 6 magazines sent to you. And tell me if this is not on point. So the January magazine, I asked permission from Ryan Berger, CEO of Old School Gamer, if I could show the magazine. This is the digital print version, and he gave me the approval to do that. This is the premium version that you have to have a pay subscription to be able to show it. So they talk about the iArcade a lot in this magazine because iArcade is a sponsor of this magazine. But this article is all about, music games. So you got your DJ. There's an article about the DJ Hero. I also learned about 2 conventions from this magazine. And this magazine, the digital version, are clickable. And did you know that? I didn't know. There's this ComoRetroCon.com. So even the ads that are in the magazine are completely relevant to. No. It's not $30 a year for a PDF. It's not $30 a year for a PDF. The $30 a year, they physically send you the magazine. But I'm just share screening it. I'm the digital version. If you want access to the digital version, there's a version of it that's completely free. So everyone, you can go to oldschoolgamermagazine.com and just register and click the free version. The free version will give you access to a couple of the articles every single time there's an issue. But if you pay another fee, you'll gain access to the full digital version. But then the $30 is they send you the magazine. Throw those magazines in your game room. What I've done, kind of gross. There's two things that I have in my special room. Let's just call it the special room. I got a little handheld, and I got these magazines. This is my special room. No one else goes in my special room. Anyway, let's look at the other articles. Guitar Hero. A whole article about Guitar Hero. Last month was awesome. It was talking about the 30th anniversary of Xbox. It was like the last quarter that came out. Frequency. Then they talk about, here it comes, Beatmania, but check this one out. Revolution X is talked about, a light gun game. Everyone loves the Revolution X. So it's a huge article that goes into detail about that. Dance Dance Revolution, you can kind of see the theme. And they do this. They have this beautiful magazine. And again, it's best in the $30 a year printed version. But I have to tell you, everything I just there's this article talking about games from Taito. It's really good. You got to check it out. And, here's what's really cool is Ryan Berger from Old School Gamer Magazine is a real big fan of home arcade. He owns 2 iArcades. That's right. He must be rich because he owns 2 iArcades. And he loves everyone that is a part of this show that comes every single weekly so much that he told me, and literally I make no money off of this, that if you go to oldschoolgamermagazine.com, you can save $5. I'm not joking. $5. Use the coupon code KITS. Yeah, this is a sponsored video from Old School Gamer Magazines. Put in KITS for the discount, and it's only $25. And I promised, because he lives in my area, and I'm going to go see him later, and he's going to let me film at his arcade, okay, that he has. So do me a favor. When I go over there, and because he said he would sponsor my video, no exchange of money, it's just, it would mean a lot if you guys would use my coupon code. It's the first time he's ever done a discount code, ever. And he's doing it on this show for $5. And the coupon code is KITS. So then you can get, and I told him I don't even really want to talk about the digital version, or you can subscribe to the premium digital version. Get the magazine, right? KITS, save you, $5 for that full year subscription, because the magazine is where it's at. You get the magazine and you have something physical. And I can just literally, I'm like, this is so cool. This is like, I thought about it because I was talking to him about it. It's one thing I haven't done is taken some of the past issues that I have and set them up in my game room. I have a couch over here and I have a CRT. There's like an area where people sit. What I haven't done is started collecting those magazines and put them in here, because friends come over when that happens. Like, here's a magazine, and it's like a retro gaming magazine. And you get 6 of them per year. Anyway, I couldn't be happier for Ryan to do this for the community. And I wanted to do something special because I know, again, no exchange of money, because it was just like a trial run last month, in the month of December. It was a trial run to see if this podcast is worthy of any sponsorship. And it was with manscaped.com. And I thanked them last month for putting that together. I have no clue what the numbers were like on that, if they were going to let me join their program or anything like that. But I was like, you know what? Even if Manscaped offered me a deal after the trial run to say, well, you pitch our product, Manscaped, you can, we'll give you money or something like that for your show and really help, pay for my addiction. I was like, I don't think I want to do Manscaped sponsorship going forward. And it's not because it's not a good product. It's mainly because the product is not about retro gaming, right? And so I've seen Ryan 3 times this year at different events, and we've been talking about doing something together. And what I want to start doing is making content about his content, and that'll be another form of... I'm learning so much by reading the magazine. I think you could too. So go check it out. Anyway, so thank you so much for hanging out on this. This is an interesting episode. We just kind of talked about whatever, you know. We weaved in the theme a little bit of deals a little bit. And I'm going to end the stream now because I got a lot of work to do. If you are not subscribed to me, I'd really appreciate your subscription. There's a large majority of people that watch the show every single week that actually didn't hit that subscribe button, and they do watch a lot of the content. But if you want to help support this channel, that subscription does mean a lot. It unlocks different things as time goes on. And there's always that ultimate what if I continue doing this for the next 5 years and could hit the 100K. And the 100K would get me that YouTube plaque. And for some reason, I've told all the other YouTubers in my space, they're like, why are you doing this? I was like, there's a possibility if I just keep grinding slowly. 1 sub, 10 subs, 40 subs, 50 subs at a time. Eventually, I can hit that 100K. And you get the 100K, you at least have something. Something that you've accomplished. You get a YouTube plaque. Because otherwise, it's just a hobby that just blows your money. That's right, B. And that's my... let me switch it over. Sorry. There we go. Plaque it. Eventually, right? 6 years. In 6 years, I will have 100K. Anyway, thanks for all the entertainment, Justin. I didn't even say my name right. Love what you do, but music stream when? Mike of all trades. I don't know if I can do it. There you go, Kumarev. I just got a 1-year magazine. Love old school magazines. That's what I'm talking about. Akuma Rev. Thank you, brother. Who else? Do you remember that Office episode? That Office episode of who was it? It was Andy. He's like, okay, we got one. Who else is doing it? Can I get any more? Anyone else doing the subscribe? Here's the thing. Even your free subscription does help Ryan Berger. And yes, that's his name. Ryan Berger, old school gamer. Even signing up and reading their magazine is something that is appreciated by all the writers. You know, the writers of... And they're a magazine, right? They're a magazine. See? Go subscribe again, Papa Brad. Anyway. If you guys want, I'll do a music stream. I always lose 5 subscribers when I do a music stream, but I'll do it for you guys. 1 song, that's it, and then I take it down. I'll see you guys later, bye. I'll do a music stream in a little bit. I'm going to do the video, and I'm going to take it down. So you have to be there, or you'll miss it. That's it. Be there, or you miss it. That's it. See you guys. Bye.